the iPad Pro M5. Two words that somehow sound like a sports car but behave like a deja vu machine. Everyone from Karl Conrad to Max Tech dropped their reviews, and I swear, if you closed your eyes, you'd think they were all describing the same shiny slice of deja vu wrapped in aluminum. But here's the thing, this might just be the most important boring upgrade Apple has ever made. Because while everyone's yelling it's the same design and barely an upgrade, what's actually happening underneath that cold silver skin is Apple quietly rewriting the iPad's purpose. And yeah, I don't even own the M5 yet, but after watching hours of the top 5 creators' reviews, I feel like I've been living with it, sleeping next to it, and maybe arguing with it at 3 a.m. How Karl Conrad kicked things off with that classic minimalist Apple unboxing vibe, the clean silver aesthetic sermon. He held up the box like it was sacred scripture, only to find the same box. The man literally said his favorite part was taking off the plastic. I felt that because at this point, Apple's unboxing is 40% meditation, 60% deja vu. But Karl did give us one important clue. The real evolution here isn't on the outside. It's in iPadOS 26. Apple's trying to make your iPad feel like a MacBook that somehow still insists on being touched. Windows move, resize, float around. It's chaos but organized. Chaos, like a tech version of Look, Mom, No Mouse. Then we had Fernando from 9 to 5 Mac bringing that calm professor energy. If Karl's review was the Apple aesthetic experience, what came Fernando's was the full PhD thesis. He's been using the M5 iPad Pro as his main computer for a week, and his verdict? Refinement, not reinvention. He called it Apple's most refined iPad ever, which is the politest way possible of saying, yeah, they changed almost nothing. But he's not wrong. The chip, an M5 with new neural accelerators, is built for AI workflows, faster GPU performance, and yes, apparently 4 times faster AI tasks, which is great if you're training Skynet on your tablet. For everyone else, it just means your LumaFusion exports 20% faster and your Safari tabs don't refresh mid-scroll. But here's where it gets juicy. Fernando noticed something that nobody else talked about. Apple secretly upgraded the base RAM from 8 to 12 gigs, doubled the storage speeds, and gave the new iPad fast charging for the first time ever. Let that sink in. After a decade of calling it Pro, Apple finally decided it deserved to charge like one. You can hit 50% battery in 35 minutes if you buy their $40 watt brick, of course. Classic Apple move, innovation with an invoice. And then came Max Tech, the guy who doesn't talk, he tests. If the others told stories, Max pulled out benchmarks like he was cross-examining the iPad in court. His verdict? 15% faster CPU, 35% faster GPU, and a massive jump in SSD speed. Basically, the M5 reads and writes data twice as fast as the M4. That's not marketing fluff. That's a genuine under-the-hood monster improvement, but plot twist, it's still thermal throttled because this thing is thinner than my patience with Apple's Pro pricing. Max even ran a thermal camera and found the M5 runs cooler than the M4, which is impressive, until you realize it's probably because Apple underclocked it to stop it from melting through your magic keyboard. Still, Max gave props where it's due. Wi-Fi 7 check C1X modem with faster 5G and better efficiency. Check 4K 120 Hz external display output with adaptive sync. Huge check. It's like Apple sprinkled in all the small quality of life upgrades we've been begging for, without actually giving us the one thing we really wanted, macOS. Zollotech's Aaron stepped in next with that calm, comforting dad energy, like a man reviewing an iPad while sipping coffee in a Zen garden. He loved it, said it's fast, smooth, a joy to use, but even he admitted if you've got the M4, you'll barely notice a difference. His battery life, the same 10 hours. His screen, same gorgeous tandem OLED, now with a nano texture option that makes bright light usage a dream. And his most honest moment was saying, I don't notice much difference coming from the M4, which, let's be real, might be the truest line in all 5 reviews. But then, oh, the wild card. Tech Dad crashed the party while everyone else was dissecting neural cores and Geekbench scores. He just turned the M5 into a literal Xbox. And honestly, genius. He used Xbox Cloud Gaming to play Black Ops 6 and other big titles right on the iPad Pro, streaming them in 120 hertz OLED glory with no lag in controller support. His video felt like the younger cousin at Thanksgiving who doesn't care about CPU architecture, but will absolutely smoke you in Halo. And he made a solid point. Maybe the M5 iPad Pro isn't about replacing your laptop anymore. It's about replacing your console. That's the story Apple never told, but the creators kind of revealed for them. The M5 iPad Pro is less of a tablet upgrade and more of a platform shift. The power's overkill for note-taking. The display's too gorgeous to waste on spreadsheets. It's designed for that next wave. AI apps, creative workflows, AR tools, maybe even Apple's spatial computing ecosystem that they're quietly building behind the scenes. So yeah, on paper it's boring. Same design, same vibe, same starting price of $999. But every time Apple plays it safe like this, it's usually because they're setting up for something huge. Remember when the iPhone 11 looked boring? That was the calm before the 12 Pro redesign. The M5 might be the same story. Apple getting its software, silicon, and display ecosystem perfectly synced before dropping a hybrid Mac iPad device that'll make both categories look prehistoric. Until then, if you're rocking an M4, keep it. If you're on an M2 or older, this M5 is your golden ticket. It's faster, smarter, future-proofed, and low-key the best gaming tablet on earth right now. But the real question is, how much longer can Apple keep pretending the iPad isn't a MacBook that lost its keyboard? Because one more refinement year and we're all going to start asking that out loud. So, what do you think? Would you drop $1,000 for the M5 or wait for Apple to finally merge these two worlds? Drop your take in the comments. I'm reading them all. And if you found this helpful, hit subscribe and buckle up, because next week we're diving into what the M5 chip really means for the next MacBooks. Spoiler, Apple's AI game just got scary good. Peace out.